Welcome to Domain-Driven Design and the Gherkin Executor in about 5 minutes. Domain-driven design is much broader, bounding context and everything. And this is not a session on how to do DDD. However, I'd like to talk about the parts that Gherkin can help specify: entities and value objects. And more specifically, Gherkin can help specify domain-specific data types, which can be value objects, and those value objects can be used in entities. So let's give an example here. We have a domain term called ID. And a rule for it, it's got to have 5 letters and begin with a Q, with our values and our valid, and our data statement that shows that one's a string and one's a Boolean. So now we have a domain-specific data type called ID. And we can utilize that domain-specific data type in an entity we'll call label value. So the name ID actually has a data type ID, and the value has a data type of integer. So we have an entity which we've specified, called label value, with 2 attributes in it, and one of them using a domain-specific data type. Let's give a little larger example here. Here's a data forecast, and it consists of day, high temperature, low temperature, and so forth. And you'll notice that we have domain-specific data types in it: date, temperature, percentage, speed, compass direction, weather condition. And perhaps you rather have something called a wind velocity that was consisted of this speed and the direction. Perfectly fine. We've got a different domain-specific data type. Now let's use this data forecast. Here is a scenario search forecast. So given the forecast is a list of objects of that forecast type that we just showed, and we can list the whole set of forecasts, each of which must correspond correctly to the domain-specific data type. So we may want to search all these forecasts, and we're going to have a forecast search criteria. And that consists of a field name, a relationship, and a value. So we have high greater than a value of 65, wind speed less than a value of 5, and then our results are a forecast for a particular day, that 1/1/2025. So now here's an example of a given when then that uses an entity, and the entity contains domain-specific data types, which could be value objects. So, to summarize, the Gherkin displays the information in a readable format about entities and value objects. The data statements can show the attributes of the entity, and each entity can have a domain-specific data type or a generic data type such as integer or string. The result, if you're using DDD, more effective development. Thank you.